So being a mom has allowed me to give my child exactly what I would have wanted. So being there, being present, being in a healthy relationship, even down to the fact of choosing the person who I wanted to. Oh God, that's making me bullshit. Sorry.
Hey, my name's Nicole, the host of Squiggly Motherhood. Welcome back to another episode. We have our guest Shianne today, and she is talking about what she has loved, learnt, and lost about all things motherhood. But before we dive in, Shianne, can you just give us a little bit of an overview of what your motherhood journey has been like to date? Kind of how old is your child? And yeah, what has motherhood been like for you before we go into what you have loved so far?
Again, I'm Shianne Diamond. Hello, at Shianne Diamond on Instagram and TikTok. What has motherhood been like? Well, my daughter is 17 months. She's gonna be 18 months this month, so that means she's gonna be 1.5. So I almost have a 2-year-old.
Big milestone.
Motherhood so far, motherhood so far has been new. It's been kind of, how could I say? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're learning something for the first time and you have no like guidance of what to do, how to do it, like a blank slate, again, new. It's been rewarding. It's been healing. It's been challenging. And it's been an experience. That's what I can say. We can dive in more.
Yeah, we're gonna dive in.
It's been an experience. It's been a unique experience. Yeah, that's what I can say for so far.
Okay. So on that note, what have you loved about being a mum?
I've loved being able to see or being able to give my child the childhood that I wish I had.
Mm.
I guess we can delve in a little bit. I grew up as a child, I was put into care because my parents had like a domestic violence situation. I was put into care at, I think I was 1 year old with my 2 sisters who were babies at the time as well. And then we were put into foster care, and then we were given to my grandmother, so my dad's mum, and we lived with her until she passed, I guess. Yeah. So the type of childhood that I have, I had the mother figure, because I guess in that situation I didn't have my mom. I had my dad a little bit because that was my grandma's son, but he never really was involved. So I guess my grandmother was my maternal figure, but I always felt like my mum was missing. But I also felt guilty for feeling like that because, I don't know, in the Caribbean household or in a Black household in general, they expect you to feel grateful for everything that you have. Like, you shouldn't feel sad because you have your grandma, right? You shouldn't feel sad because you aren't in care anymore. Or, yeah, you shouldn't feel sad because you're around your family. But that my mum missing had always had an effect on me in ways that I couldn't explain or express properly. I feel like it affected me as an adult, still affects me as an adult. Now I have to be a mum without knowing what a mum would have been like for me. And I feel like my grandma tried to be the mum that we didn't have, but she was always the grandma. So it's juggling that and healing that part of me. So being a mom has allowed me to give my child exactly what I would have wanted. Being there, being present, being in a healthy relationship, even down to the fact of choosing the person who I wanted to be a mother with was so important to me. Like, I was so scared of the idea of putting my child in a situation where they were in a toxic environment, where they could be taken away. Oh God, that's making me bullshit. Sorry. But yeah. So And it's also made me very overprotective over her. Yeah, in general, it's just made me very overprotective, and but it's healed me in ways that I can't explain. I can't explain how it's healed me, but it's been healing. And that's one thing I love. I love who I am for her. I see myself not better than what I was given, like in terms of like better than the mother figure that was given to me, or better than the mother figure that I lost or whatever. But I see myself, I just see myself in a better than what I had. And that makes me feel happy. That makes me feel like fulfilled in some way. And I always, as a child, I always said that I felt like my purpose was to be a mum because of my childhood. And everybody always looked at me crazy. Like, oh yeah, Shianne wants to be a mom. Like, she's 19 years old. Yeah, she wants to be a mom. Oh yeah, she's 50 years old. She's talking about being a mom. But this is everything that I wanted and more. I feel like I love that I've done what I wanted to do. I love that my child is happy. I love that I've chosen the right person to do this with thus far. And I love motherhood. I love it. It's different. It's new. I'm growing a whole new human. I'm teaching a whole new human. She's so smart. She's so caring. She's so kind. She has manners. She says thank you and bless you. And like those little things just makes me feel proud of myself. Proud of where I came from, where I am now. Proud of everything that I've overcome, really. Even down to the fact of, remember I said that I grew up with my grandmother. She passed before I could even have a child. And that's affected me, again, in ways that I didn't think would affect me, because I thought that she would be here to show me the ways, be my village, like show me the basics. And I have to depend on other people who have their village, or depend on other people who have their mums. And it makes me sad. And for context, my mum is alive. I have tried to build a relationship with her as I became an adult. But she, I guess this is TMI, but recently she literally just came out of our lives. She decided that she doesn't want to have anything to do with us anymore. Even though I just became a mom and I just started to build a relationship with her and started to trust her and started to feel like I could depend on her, she's just decided that she doesn't want to do it anymore. She doesn't want to be in our life. She doesn't want to be a grandma or whatever. So I'm just by myself now. I feel very by myself. And that's deep. It is deep.
It's deep. It's real. It's honest. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And I've got so many questions. I mean, firstly, I want to say, I'm going to say this, and it sounds like, I don't know, it's just not enough. And I'm going to add context to it. It's like, sorry. Like, I'm sorry your mom doesn't want to be there, because that's really hard. And what's the hardest thing with mums is when your mum doesn't show up the way society tells you that mum should. It hurts in another way that is really hard to comprehend, because you're like, well, what do I do with this? And you almost feel like, what do I even tell people? Because it's like, my mum is not fitting into that box of what a mum should be. And I wonder whether, like, some of that healing for you with having your daughter is you are that mum.
Exactly.
That you long for, you wish you had, that people around you told you, well, you should feel happy that, you're not in foster care, and that you do have some, you are with your sisters, and you do have someone who's looking after you. But you're able to kind of now, like, that longing that you wasn't allowed to feel as a child, that longing you now have now, because you're ticking that box of like, but I am the mum that I want to be.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether, like, it sounds to me that through becoming a mum, like I want, like it sounds to me like your desire to become a mum at 15, which is very young, 19, was like you healing yourself. Like you're like, I want to do this so I can be healed.
Yeah.
And like you doing that for your daughter now is again like healing that inner child.
Definitely. I feel like it, as you said, when society shows you what a mum's supposed to be like,
Yeah.
you don't have that. And you don't have that from a very young age. That mentally messes you up. It festered into being in toxic relationships or being in a situation that I guess my parents were in, or I guess trying to rationalize it. So I tried to rationalize why my mum wasn't in my life, why my parents weren't in my life, whatever.
Was this as an adult or a
As an
child?
adult and as a child. I've always been the rational sibling, or the rational person in the family, like where I can see both sides and try to put myself in people's shoes. And I did that. But now that I am a mum, I don't have an excuse for anybody because I wouldn't do that to Zara. There's nothing in this world that would make me put her in that position at all.
And I think because you are like that, it's harder then to comprehend
why.
The why.
Yeah. And even Dominic would tell me, my partner would say, why are you trying to rationalize this? Like, why are you trying to make an excuse for the... But that's me keeping myself safe.
Yeah.
Keeping my mental health safe. Like, me making excuses for people is me protecting me.
Yeah, 100%. And like, and I think I said this in another episode, was that like your body will do things to make yourself safe. Like it'll be weird, like, or may appear weird to other people, like coping mechanisms, but it will do things it's protecting itself. Because it's like, it's just so hard to comprehend. And then, as you said, when you're a child and the parent, the mother is not showing up the way that they should, as like society thinks, it's then like years and years and years of just like, how do I get my head around all of this? I guess, how do you kind of take your childhood and not project some of that onto Zariah?
I don't think she's at the age yet where my childhood affects me that much. Like, affects how I treat her.
Yeah.
I feel like when she becomes more aware of that she's even a being, because right now she's just existing. Yeah, I think that when she becomes more of aware of who she is and what she wants to do, then I feel like it will affect me. Like, I think I will be definitely more overprotective over her. I'll be more conscious of the type of mom I want to be and like who I want to be for her. Like, do I want her to be able to confide in me? Do I want her to trust me? Do I want her to like what's my disciplinary methods going to be? Like, me and Dominic sit and think about these things all the time, to be honest. Like, what type of parents do we want to be?
So you're very intentional on like how you want to parent. And is that, for you, does that stem from your upbringing?
I think so. I think with my upbringing, my grandma definitely saved a part of us in terms of like our childhood. So I didn't live with the toxicity, but it was around us. So even though I was in like a healthy environment, the toxic was around. Like, we had to see my mother and see her be a certain way, or feel like we weren't important, or feel like we weren't, like, just see so much irrational behavior that it affected. So now I within myself, before I even had children, I went to therapy because I was scared that I would become who she was. Like, I would be who she was in a relationship. I would be abusive. I would be irrational. I would be a certain way. And at one point in my life, I was like that. And I had to like self-reflect and get help.
Yeah.
Because it was affecting my relationships. I was in a toxic relationship, but I had to realize that I was also toxic.
Yeah.
So I feel like I intentionally healed who I didn't want to be before I had a child. So I don't see that in me as a mum. And I'm not scared of that.
Yeah. I feel like we just need to take a moment and just like applaud and praise you right now, because just that, I have so much admiration for the fact that you you self-reflected and you recognize that there was something not right here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make the change. And also how you was in a toxic, abusive relationship, but also you recognize like your co-creation in that, and like your take, and you was like, well, I don't want to be this. I also don't want to continue this. I also don't want to have children and have that bleed down. And I just think so often we like go through something in childhood, and sometimes we think our childhood was really great and it was amazing, but there's stuff there. You've got low self-esteem as an adult, or you're always running to be in relationships that don't serve you, or they don't treat you well. There's something going on. And then you kind of then have kids, and then you end up having the same self-esteem and whatever it is, or anger issues, or unable to control your emotions, whatever it may be, and then it seeps in subtle ways to your child. So I just really applaud you for just recognizing that up front and doing the work prior to having kids, or and I think that's something that I think all of us can take a leaf out of like your book, as to just doing that work. Because it does take, like, you have to sit and be uncomfortable and you have to be reflective. But if there's certain deficits that you feel like you have in your, like, in an individual's life, you do have to do the work to work out, well, where is this coming from? Because it will bleed down to your kids.
Exactly.
There's there's absolute guarantee. And even if you think it won't, it will.
Exactly. That was like one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, I know. I could totally see that. Not see that because I know you, but see that in terms of like why that would be one of your biggest fears. Super quick interruption. If you are enjoying this episode and you think someone would benefit from it, please, please, please share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. Now back to the episode.
Like, if I had a child in my previous situation, it would have been a repeat of history. I could literally see my parents in me.
Yeah.
And well, in us. And I was like, yeah, no.
Had to break the cycle.
Yeah.
So then, actually, that's quite a nice segue onto, because you mentioned something around choosing the right partner. Walk me through that, because I think with having children, the act of having a child is so powerful. You're bringing life into the world, and I question sometimes whether we really sit there and deep it. Even people who already have kids, we really deep in like what this means to have a child, the what you're instilling in the person. Do you want the values, the what you're modeling to them, the manners, the everything is coming from how they view love. You're their first, if that relationship that they see, if it's a not two-parent household, that's the first time they witness and experience love. Like, they actually see it. Like, that is deep. So what are you showing to your child when it comes to like how you two relate to each other, how you guys conflict, how you guys speak to each other, like the respect, the not, like all of that stuff. And I just wonder, like, do we deep that enough? And when we are thinking about that stuff, are we thinking about, well, who are we choosing to do that with? So like, I guess, yeah, walk me through like how you found, like, you choosing Dominic. Obviously he chose you, but like him you choosing Dominic to like do life with and like have children. I just love how you just said that, like, I chose the right partner, and you viewed that as like a tick, because you knew you, like, it's so easy to choose the wrong partner.
Exactly. I think, okay, as an adult, like let's forget about children relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, I had boyfriends from like in primary school, but that doesn't matter. But when I became an adult, I realized my first like serious situation was a situationship where
no labels.
We dated before.
We've all been there, girl. Let's not put labels on this. We know what it is.
Yeah, we dated before as actual boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
As teenagers. But when I became an adult, I was still interested in him. More than he was interested in me. But he still wanted to keep me close.
That pocket girl.
And I was comfortable with the idea because I wanted him to like me so much. I like, that was my first love. If I could say in love as an adult, that was my first love. I would do anything for him, regardless of if he wanted me to be official or whatever. I didn't care. And then
How old were you?
I was 17.
Oh, young.
Yeah, 17. But like, that was my like first serious like sexual relationship. Like my grandma had met him. He was staying at my like, yeah, that was my first boo thing, whatever. And then he got someone pregnant.
Okay.
Or yeah, he got someone pregnant and still tried to do that with me.
Okay.
And I had to like self-reflect, like I could have said yes because of how much I liked him. I could have said, yeah, let's carry on doing what we're doing, but it made me reflect on my self-respect.
Yes.
And like, what do I want?
Yeah.
And I told myself, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
That's not what I had intended for this to be. As much as I want you, I have to put whatever heartbreak and heart love, whatever, aside and just respect myself. Cool. So then I came out of that relationship and I got into the last relationship before this one. So my toxic relationship. And I jumped into that relationship because I was so broken from the fact that I had liked someone so much. They had a baby. We're 17. He'd had a baby on me. And now I have to just act like I'm normal. I was so like longing to be liked by someone else. And anybody who liked me, I kind of just accepted it. So even before I got into that relationship, anybody who liked me, I would entertain them a lot.
Yeah.
I was like very like careless. I didn't really care about myself that much. And then this person that I got back into a relationship with, he was the first person who wanted to be with me, like actually be with me, not sexually, but be in a relationship with me. And the idea of someone wanting to be in a relationship with me after so long of people just wanting to use me as a situationship or use me sexually, it felt enough. I didn't even know anything about him, really. I didn't know what his last name was. I didn't know what his family, but I just really wanted to be liked and I really wanted to be in a relationship. So I ended up in that relationship. It moved way too fast. He ended up moving in with me at our house. We went to university together. We lived together at university.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We went through so much, like so fast as teenagers. He was a bit older than me, like 2-3 years older than me, but still teenagers. And then obviously that ended very violently. And from that relationship ending violently, I went into therapy.
Yeah.
So I went to group therapy for people who had been in domestic violent relationships. I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I was a part of that violence that was going on. I learned that I had to accept what I had to learn to accept what I deserve. Like, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I didn't think I was worthy of a certain type of person or a certain type of love or a certain type of attention or a certain type of... Yeah, I had to rewire my brain to figure out what I deserve and what do I want. And from then, I refused to be in a relationship with anybody. Because I told myself that if it's not everything that I want, if that person's not making me feel safe, if we can't have what's called healthy arguments, and if I don't really know much about them, or if I'm only being with them just because they like me, that's not enough. Like I had to like figure out what do I want, what do I need, and what is not enough. And I met Dominic whilst I was healing, whilst I was like in my breakup phase. And he was so nice. But I told myself, nice is not enough. Nice is not enough.
The bar is high for Shianne.
Nice is not... I'm so sorry, Shianne. I know you like this boy so much, but nice is not enough.
So what is enough? What was you looking for?
So then, okay, nice is not enough. He became a person that I would want to talk to all the time. He became someone who was there for me throughout anything. Like if I had a bad day or having a good day, he was the first person I really wanted to talk to, comfort. He respected my boundaries. He wasn't there for me sexually. He wanted to know who I was. I was even the one who sexually like pounced on him, but he respected me enough to be like, okay, when you're ready, you don't have to, you know? Never had that before. He was able to communicate with me healthily. Like if we had a disagreement, he would talk to me in a way that no one else has ever talked to me. Like in terms of like respecting me in the way you're talking to me, show me love in the way that you're talking to me, even if you're upset with me, being patient with me. He knew that I had been in a toxic relationship and I was also healing from being toxic. So he was so like understanding of that and like patient with that. He knew that he knew why I was kind of like standoffish about like what I want and like settle in and being in a relationship again. And he I don't know. The way that he just treated the whole situation was just so like, is it amicable? Like, is it amicable? Honorable? Like, he was a support system. He would pick me up from therapy. Like he just did things that nobody else would do for me.
Yeah.
And still I was kind of very much like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not ready. And then I got to a point where I got into a situation where I was like scared for my life, kind of. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but I was scared for my life. And he was the first person I was like, I need to talk to him. Like, I need to talk to him. And he calmed me down from whatever I was feeling scared about. And I realized, this is my person. No one else has ever made me feel like this. Nobody else has ever made me feel safe in every aspect. This is the person that I want to, even though I'm not fully healed or perfect, this is the person that I want to be perfect for. This is the person that I feel like is going to make me a better me.
Yeah.
And he did.
I guess there's probably a lot of men out there thinking to themselves, I want to get me a Dominic.
Everybody wanted a Dominic. That's what everybody's like, oh my God, Shianne, why are you doing? Like, he's perfect.
Yeah.
And I refuse to take other people's opinions until I felt like, this is my person.
And there was a few things that really stood out to me in what you said, is that he made you feel safe. He gave you the space to figure out what you wanted, keeping to your boundaries. And also that he gave you the space sexually as well. So it just feels like he was somebody who was, from the jump, like a team partner. He was willing to go through like the hard with you.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, to me, that he didn't view it as like, oh no, therapy's that thing that you do over there. It was like, was it be more like, therapy is like, we do this together, like this is helping, like this helping you helps our relationship, kind of thing.
Well, technically we wasn't in a relationship yet.
Oh, okay. And the plot
we were just seeing each other.
Okay.
For a year and a half or something like that.
Okay. Long time.
Yeah, I made him wait. I didn't even expect him to wait so long. Well, he did. And there was a period of time where he was like, he did feel like I was taking the piss a little bit because I was also dating other people.
Yeah.
Because again, I wanted to figure out if this is the person. I didn't want to just settle with someone because they like me so much. I wanted to make sure that I saw all the fishes and realize, okay, this is the fish that I want.
This is the one who
I didn't want to settle.
So just going back to kind of what you loved around motherhood.
Mm.
So it's through becoming a mother and seeing, like, going through that healing journey with your daughter, you've been able to kind of heal, find your own, or find the right partner for you. And then you also said you feel proud of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk to me about that? Is it proud of yourself for kind of the things we've spoken about before? You've gone through all of that, and actually you're the mother that you want to be, and you feel proud of that journey that you've been on?
I feel proud of the journey that I've been on, definitely. I feel proud of the partner that I am. I feel like me, maybe 5 years ago, would have been a lunatic. A little bit. I didn't really know how to like communicate healthily, express my emotions healthily in like a way that's not like I'm ready to fight. Like be able to self-reflect and listen, even on who I am as a mother. I have moments where I like snap out of character or I lose my temper, and I have to like pull myself back in and realize, okay, Shianne, it's not that deep. Like, you're okay. Like, I know that you're feeling the way that you're feeling, but you didn't really need to act like that, or maybe you could have handled it like this. And I can talk about it. I'm not in denial about how I am. So I'm proud of who I am as a mum. I'm proud of who I am as a partner, and who I'm going to be like for my child. Because I feel I'm very intentional, maybe too intentional. I think about how do I want to discipline my child? How do I want her to, like, what do I want her to be like? Do I want her to be confident? Do I want her to be like a book nerd? Do I want her to be like, I just think about who she's going to be, who I want her to be, and who I want to be for her. I'm always just thinking about her future, really.
I mean, I'm all here for intentional parenting. For me, that's just so important. I don't know if you can ever be too intentional, because I think, I don't know, I guess, yes, if it's obsessive and it's, like it's you're unable to be the mother you want to be, because then you're now obsessing so much about being intentional. But I think if it's like healthy, then I don't think so. I think it's really important that parents come together and think about, well, how are we going to discipline? What's our I don't know, the two ways we're going to do it. And even I think I'd go as far to say is, what's the non-negotiable things? Like how do we absolutely do not discipline? So then when it's really tough, you don't even think about reaching for those tools. So for example, for us, two things that we're absolutely not going to do in terms of discipline is like smacking, hitting, pinching, pulling, like none of that stuff. Like, we're not going to do any of that physical discipline. And then secondly, like, we're not going to do naughty steps, timeouts, go to your own room, reflect, any of that stuff. Like, so for us, even if it's really, 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 really hard, we've already agreed those two things are things that we do not ever touch. So it would never cross our minds to go there. But to be aligned and talk to your partner about how do we discipline is so important. Or even like, as you said, like, we would like our child to be, I don't know, really adventurous. How we go, like, what are the things we're going to do to give her exposure to being adventurous? Like, I think it's that stuff that I'm curious as to how many parents really kind of sit there as a couple, as a team, and make those decisions. Or even if it's like, my child's really angry or my child's really shy, how can I get them, how can I help them regulate their emotions? Or if my child's really shy, how can I, like, what small things can I do to help them with those feelings? And like, you come up with a bit of a plan and, I don't know, a bit of a script or whatever it is, whatever feels natural, organic.
I feel like parenthood for us has been definitely teamwork. Like, for simple things such as, like, I was breastfeeding, pumping, and giving formula. Us coming up with a plan how this is gonna work, and like doing it and realizing, actually, no, that doesn't work. Let's do it like this.
Yeah.
And doing it together. It wasn't just me. He would be washing the pumps or making sure that the bottles were warm for the time that she would wake up, or like little things like that. Sleep training. That's one of our most recent team working things. That's been hard, but we've been sleep training for over a month now.
So I feel like we're going on to learnt, what you've learned in terms of you guys being a team. But I want to end on learnt, because I don't want to end on lost. Let's go straight into lost. What have you lost since becoming a parent?
Intimacy is definitely like a...
And when you say, and just to clarify, when you say...
Sex.
Intimacy can mean different things.
Well, that's what I mean when I say intimacy.
Is that something you're both working on, or has it been deprioritized for now? You're in a season where you both recognize this is just not the most important thing.
Do you know what? Right now, I'm just so scared of getting pregnant. So, like...
There are ways around that.
I know, but obviously we do our own thing, innit? So... But I'm so, like, the idea of being pregnant frightens me so much that it kind of puts me off. Because it feels like every time we have sex, we are having sex when I'm ovulating.
Oh, yeah, because that's when you want it the most.
Exactly. And then I deep that I was ovulating and I'm waiting for my period to come and it's 10 days late, 20 days late. But I have PCOS, so it can do whatever the fuck it wants to do. Like, it's just...
Yeah. But there are ways around that.
I know, but it's not enjoyable.
No, but it could be a condom. It doesn't have to be for you. It can be...
It's not enjoyable.
There's lots of...
My only way is a condom, and I'm not... I don't enjoy it. I don't.
Well, I don't know what to say there.
And I also realized that I need to find myself again sexually. Like, I feel like when you become a mom, like, even when pregnancy, you don't want to do nothing by yourself, or you don't really want to explore. You just kind of keep it quite basic for a very long time. I mean, I was keeping it very basic for a very long time. But before I had a child, I was more adventurous. I was more like, oh, should we try this? Oh, should we try that?
But don't you find that when you have a child, everything's quick? You can't, like, are you really taking, like, I mean, I don't know, like, is anything ever going to be like, oh, a long foreplay lead up, and then something happens, then maybe you might do a foreplay again, something happens again? Because it's like, but there's kids and someone may wake up and there's no time.
There's no time. My baby sleeps in the room. So sometimes we'll be trying to get in the mood and she'll cough. I'm like, oh, like, it just, my brain can't.
Yeah. I mean, I've had it before where, I don't know, one of the kids, like, my son's woken up and I've had to go and give him a feed, get him back off to sleep. Then by the time you come back, you're like, yeah, I guess it's downstairs and watch TV then.
So yeah, I definitely miss it, and that's definitely been lost. I did tell my partner last night, I was like, we need to have sex. We need to have sex more. Because...
So what does that look, I guess, like, practically, what does that look
like?
Is that care. Like scheduling it in, like every Monday, Wednesday,
no, you
Friday?
Can't schedule it in. You can't, because then it becomes kind of mundane.
But does scheduling it in get you
excited for
doing it? Yeah, or not even excited. I was thinking, like, you're definitely doing it, and does having more sex lead to more sex? Because then it's awakening
that spiritual.
Yeah, the body.
Maybe. I've never ever scheduled anything.
Neither have I.
So I might try it.
But people have told me, or at least I've heard, that, like, scheduling can be, is a way to, like, cause it definitely gets it in. And I do think when you do it more often, you're like, oh, why are we not doing it? Why do we not do it more?
And you know what it is? I feel like when you do it, I feel so, like, connected. I'm like, why are we not doing this more? But obviously life can't do it as much as you want to do. But we have moments where Zariah's at nursery and we have the house to ourselves. Like, why are we not taking advantage of this? But I also struggle with like, initiation. So, like, I have this, like, mental, I'll be wanting to do it, but if I told him I want to do it, he would be like, oh, okay.
He was like, wow.
But I mentally struggle with the idea of being sexual. Like, showing someone else that I'm sexual. I don't know why.
I can ask you, I'm curious, where do you think that comes from?
Oh, past relationships. Like, being rejected. Like, I've tried something and they're like, nah. Or them wanting to do it more than I want to do it, and then me not feeling comfortable to say no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely a psychological thing. I'm fine.
I feel like other women feel that way as well. And I feel the same, like, if you want to do it and they don't, you're like, oh, rejection. Yeah. But then I think to myself, how many times does, like, my husband want to do it and I don't?
Reject him, exactly.
And like I'm sure it's more rejection on my... Exactly. I've rejected him more than he's rejected me. But no, they come back. And
oh, you know what it is? If he's too eager, it just puts me off.
Oh, really?
Because he's silly.
Well, but then it comes back to what you've lost, that intimacy being romantic.
Yeah, he doesn't make it romantic. He's just silly.
Okay. So it has to be done in a particular way to not give you the ick. Yeah. Fair enough.
And also, have you ever heard of, like, mental foreplay, like, throughout the day?
Oh,
maybe you touch my arm or you stroke my leg, like, little things. Like, I hate the idea of intimacy being just sex.
I agree.
Because then I feel like a dolly.
But that's what... That's why I asked you, what do you mean by intimacy? Because I think intimacy could be, like, emotional. Like, sometimes I would be more... Like, if you have a deep conversation, that's going to do it more. Like, I'm going to feel more like I want to do this than not. Like, then if it's, like, I don't know, we've barely spoken all day kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what, I guess, have you both accepted that it's a season, especially with not wanting to get pregnant? Is
Yeah, I
there,
definitely.
or have you
Yeah,
accepted it?
I've accepted it. I'm kind of waiting until I go on holiday because we're going on holiday for my birthday,
Okay.
and it's 4 days without a child, and I'm planning to have sex every day.
No pressure. No pressure. I hope you're not ovulating that week.
I don't care about it, honestly. As long as I'm not pregnant before that, I don't care.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess, how are you planning to get around
That.
Yeah, you don't want to have a baby, but I want to have sex, but I don't use contraception. Because to me, the math just isn't mathing up.
I think as long as we can pass October, whatever it is to be will be. I just really was not. I don't want to have 2 under 2. So my
That's
brain
impossible now.
No, it's not impossible. Because
Yes, it is.
if I was to get pregnant now, where are we? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. It'll be after she's 2.
Yes, that's not 2 under 2.
Is that not 2 under 2?
Well, I count 2 under 2 is like you have a child, 2 children under the age of 2.
Yeah, so that means that I passed my threshold now.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So now
okay.
I don't really care. I just don't want to be pregnant before my birthday.
Okay.
Because it's all inclusive holiday.
Because it's all inclusive. I want to drink.
Honestly.
I want to have a good time. I don't want to be first trimester feeling sick and tired and bloated.
So yeah, after that, I don't give a heck.
Is there anything else you want to add on around what else, what you feel like you have lost?
I've lost my I've lost my what's it called? People pleaser. My people pleaser character, or what would you say that trait? I really don't give a fuck what people have to say or do, or like I really don't care about other people's opinions on anything that I do.
When did that come in? Was that when you were pregnant? When you had Zariah?
When I had Zariah.
Like, okay, then a year after, like, when was that when you was like, I don't care about what other people think?
As soon as she came out my vagina, I did not care what other people had to say. In fact, it maybe just before, because even simple things as like, I don't want anyone to come to the hospital when she's born. So many people had an opinion on that.
Oh, really?
I need to see the baby when she's first born. I need to be there the first day. I want to be there.
How long were you in hospital for?
Only a day.
That's what I thought. You wasn't even there for like a week.
People had their strong opinions of wanting to be there, and I had to like put their feelings aside and like be the bad guy.
So do you think that having Zariah has almost like, I don't know, like strengthened that muscle of just being really like saying with your chest what you want to do? Like you're more like, I don't know, can't think what the right word is right now, but you're really like...
Is it resilient?
Yeah, like resilient in like what you want, and you can stand in your own truth, and you're more convicted.
Yeah, I know what I want, and I'm less easily swayed from it. Like if I've decided that this is what I want for my child, or if this is what I don't want for my child, or I don't like this, I'm gonna stand on it. And I feel like you just naturally develop that, because when you're a first-time mom, everybody has their opinions. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants to give their advice. Everybody wants to say, it's just so like...
Everyone wants to give their 2 pence.
Yeah. And you actually have to just develop that I don't give a...
But it's interesting how you said you developed that. I'm like, do you? Because there's so much information out there. I don't know, like too sleep trained to not sleep trained, too formula feed to not formula feed, to do this, do that. How do you then like be like, actually, I think this, and I'm gonna, you stick to it. I'm set it with my chest. I'm like true in my conviction. I'm not influenced by other people.
No, it's not that. I'm open to learning.
Okay,
I'm not like set in my ways, but like things like, oh, I don't want to say certain things because it might like people might feel offended.
Okay.
But simple things like people wanting to look after your child.
Okay.
But you're not comfortable with it. Like standing my ground and saying, I'm not comfortable with that right now.
Okay.
That is...
Do you give a reason why? Or do you just keep it, I'm not comfortable to that right now?
I don't give
period,
a reason.
Full stop. That's the end of it.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable with that right now.
How did you get to that place of not feeling like you had to justify your actions?
How did I get to that place? maybe just tiredness. Like I was just like
tiredness of like
just tiredness of having to explain myself to people. Like no is no. I feel like I just kind of just got maybe irritated by trying to explain what I want and what I don't want and why I want it. Like
yeah,
I would say it's tiredness.
no, I love that though, because I think I'm an over explainer. So
I don't like that you do that.
have you noticed that I do that?
Yeah. Just stand in what you like.
Thank
I don't
you,
do this.
I don't like that you do that. Like,
No.
thank you.
You'll be like, oh yeah. So people ask you, oh, why are you breastfeeding for dinner? Because I want to. Like you don't have to explain like, oh, the nutrition and like them.
And I've noticed that, like my therapist said that, like you will say something and then you'll like talk for ages about to explain that, and she's like, just say, but I'm doing this. And then if they go why or want to say something back, you go, and this is the decision that I made, and I don't need any further comments, please.
Unless you want to talk about
unless
it.
you want to talk about it, yeah. Unless it's like from a, you know, someone's curious or whatever, or you I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I so I'm always interested when people are just so like, I'm doing this, and they don't they don't give any additional context.
It's probably just a coping mechanism or some type of something. But even like when it comes to like, you know how you're saying advice that people give you, there's some advice that are very sensible, but some people give very ridiculous advice.
And some people give advice that's not correct, especially around like sleep and stuff like that, where you know, like, that's not what the guidance.
Oh, the generation.
Yeah.
Because
things have changed. Like I think even my mum said when I was a baby, I think you could sleep on your belly, but now it's like the guidance is to sleep on your back. So like guidance, things have changed. So best intent, but things have just changed.
And also, I've also developed that mentality at work. Like if I don't want to do something or I don't agree with something or I don't like the way that someone's talked to me, or I'm very resilient in like saying I don't like it or I'm not doing that or I'm not comfortable with that or I don't have the capacity. And I didn't have that before.
Okay, interesting.
I was very much a yes. Oh yeah, like trying to people please.
People please.
No.
Okay. And then moving on to what you've learnt. What have you learnt since becoming a mother?
Before I was very like, I need to know what I'm doing next month, next week, next year, But now I'm very, I don't even know what I'm doing. I barely know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm trying to make it through today. I'm trying to be present in today because I realized that time goes so fast when you're focused on the future.
Yes, it does.
And you're not even absorbing what is happening. You're not, what's it called? Yeah, you're not absorbing what's happening. You're not really feeling the moment or feeling how you're feeling in the moment or taking in all the information that you're taking in. And then time goes by and you look back and you're like, oh, that happened. Like, also I realized that when I would hyper focus on the future, like a specific thing, like, I don't know, I'm going on holiday for my birthday, and I would hyper focus on going on holiday for my birthday, that would come and then I would feel empty.
Yeah.
And then I'd look for the next thing to hyper focus on. But now I just try to focus on the day. I don't hyper focus on the day, but I just focus on my day. Like, what am I going to have for dinner? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what do I want to do later? Am I going to make some content? Like, I just feel very still. And I like that. It makes me feel calm. And also, I don't really want to miss. Children grow up so fast. I feel like her first year of her life went so quickly, but I felt very in the moment. So I don't feel like I missed anything. I feel like I was there. I took it in. I took advantage of the moment. I did everything that I could have done in our first year.
Yeah.
And I want to continue to do that. And yeah, that's the only way you can do that is if you're being present.
So then how does being present and thinking about now, how does that affect your kind of personal goals, your work goals, your family goals?
Personal goals. So work-wise, I want to be promoted, right? And that would be great. But I think about like what matters right now. Like what am I what is my capacity like right now?
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just trying to make it through I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to.
Are you in survival?
Yeah, I've only been back to work. Was it 4-5 months? And I'm trying to give myself grace. I'm trying to get back to normality and like know what I'm doing again.
Yeah.
And that requires me to be present. It doesn't require me to like hyper focus on the next big thing. The next big thing will come. And I don't want to focus on like a promotion and then it doesn't come. But then I was so focused on the promotion that I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Or I'm not like appreciative of the moment right now. Like,
yeah.
So, and then you said, what's it called? Career-wise?
Career, family life, personal
Family
goals.
Family life.
Family
I guess.
goals.
Family goal. I am hyper focused on like buying a house a little bit. That's like one of my goals. I want to get married. But at the same time, I'm like, it will happen when it happens, kind of. Like, we'll get there.
I guess the first thing that came to my mind, because I've known you before having kids and now having Soraya. So my first question was, I don't know how else to word this, I've been quite direct. I guess, has becoming a mother, have you lost focus? Because prior, you was very like, I'm achieving this, and this is the goal, and this is the timeline, and these are the 5 action steps that we need to take to get there. So I'm just curious, like, do you feel like
I've lost focus?
And I don't mean that, and that sounds like such a negative thing.
No.
I don't even mean it in that way, but just whether, are things less clear? Is it more misty now to kind of get to that end goal if you lost that?
Do you know what it is? I feel like before I had a child, all my goals were dependent on me.
Yes.
So I could push myself to get to that goal, regardless of whatever. But a lot of my future goals are dependent on me and my partner. So
and Soraya. Where she is at the time.
Exactly, yeah. So I have to kind of like park it a little bit.
Yeah.
I have to slow down and let other people get to where they need to get to as well, or try to get there together. I can push as much as I can, but it's not in my control anymore.
How does that make you feel?
Sometimes it makes me feel like I should do more to like get us to the goal. Like I try to like hyper push myself to get to the goal. Like, okay, cool. If you can't get to the goal, let me see what I can do to help you get to the goal.
Yeah.
Whether that be financially, emotionally, anything. Like how do we get to the goal faster on my part? But you have to give grace when you're working as a team. You have to park things. Like, for example, I wanted to have another child next year, but that doesn't work for my partner. Does it work for Zariah? I don't know. Zariah will adapt, but it doesn't work for him. And now I have to like recalibrate my brain and my focus of what I wanted by a certain age or whatever to make sure that we're both happy, because now I realize we're doing it together. So if he's not on board, but I'm wanting it so badly, it could break our union. We need to be on board. So anything that I've focused on, I have to collaborate and be a team about.
I 100% agree with you. And I think if that doesn't happen, it can just cause unnecessary strain.
Yeah. And I don't want to, like, even like buying a house or getting married, I don't want to, as much as I want to reach those goals, I don't want to sacrifice his mental health, his financial like struggle. I don't want it to be a struggle to get there, because you're going to get there. And then when you get there, then what's next?
So then I guess, does it feel like you're more of a family, like a more of a considered unit now since having a child?
Definitely. We have to do things together now.
Yeah.
Because it's us. It's not me. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I have my own little goals that I focus on that are separate from us, like content creation, like starting my own business. Like those things are dependent on me. So I can have a focus on those things.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm doing a good job at focusing on those things.
Okay. But also thinking about how those things fit into you guys as like a family
Yeah.
unit as well, and how that impacts. Is there anything else that you want to add around what you've learned? Because you did say before around being still, and I guess, was there anything else you want to say about that, and maybe around the urge to not be productive in your downtime and just to kind of chill and relax and take a break? Totally fine if not.
No, not really. I guess another learning that I've learned is how to be a partner. Like, obviously we're together, your boyfriend and girlfriend, your fiance and fiance, but being mother and father, parents, is a whole other.
It's a whole nother ball game. And being parents is so different to, like, as you said, being together or being married. Like, because the way I look at my parents is different to how I'm sure they feel about their marriage, like them as a unit. That they're two so separate things. Like, when my kids look at us, they see me as mum, my husband as dad, us as parents, and then separate to that, then we would have our own marriage. So it's just it's such a different dynamic.
So we're just learning how to be parents, and obviously we're gonna be married at some point.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for us? Parenthood has been very, like, not challenging, but it's been very eye-opening. Like, I could tell that we definitely work together great as a team. We're very good at communicating with each other and, like, telling each other how we feel about things, like decompressing the whole day.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this happened today. What do you think about that? Or thinking about the future. Like, parenthood is just, it's different.
And a question I don't have on here, but I'm curious about, is what do you think Zariah will learn from you guys as, like, she grows up and looks at your relationship and how you guys
what
communicate?
just came in my head as you said that? She likes to see us kiss. She will like, like you're saying goodbye to her, and I'll give her a kiss. She will literally pull my head, pull his head, and make us kiss.
Oh, really?
So I guess she will see love in that form, like intimacy.
And you two being tactile with each other.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like, oh, I've never seen my parents kiss. I've never seen my parents touch. But, like, I think it is nice to see parents, like, actually
love each other.
Yeah. I mean, obviously age appropriate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she'll see love. She'll see how, like, healthy communication. We don't shout at each other. If we're upset with each other and someone does happen to get too, like, we like get each other back down, like, let's be respectful here.
Yeah.
So she'll see healthy communication. She'll see love. She'll see parents that work together as a unit. We don't really have, like, roles and response. Like how in the traditional, like, the dad is the breadwinner, the mom cooks, she cleans. Like, we don't do that.
Everyone mucks in.
He cleans, he cooks more than me. He brings me my plate, like,
and that's so, oh my goodness,
and I love it.
It's so important for them to see that, because you're modeling those behaviors that actually mummy and daddy do. Like, daddy does these sorts of stuff, mummy does this sort of stuff. It interchanges. And so when they're growing up and they're looking to find, like, a life partner, the expectation is, oh no, but I've seen that my daddy does everything, so therefore my expectation is that you will do X, Y, and Z, and I will do. Do you know what I mean? We all just it's a muck-in household. That's so important, like, for kids to see their parents doing that.
She'll definitely learn manners. We're very much manners.
You are very big on manners.
Yeah, I'm very big on manners, honestly. She says, thank you, bless you, thank you, please. I'm just so proud of her, honestly, like how quickly she picks up basic things like that. But yeah, she'll be mannerful. She will see that we'll push her to do anything that she wants to do, and, like, try everything. Like, we already look at, like, oh, would she be interested in, like, riding a horse, or should we sign up for swimming, or should we get her into combat, like, what's it called,
martial
arts and stuff, like. Yeah, she'll see that her parents are very intentional, that we're very, I guess, there for her.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever she wants to do.
Yeah, ride or die.
And, like, understanding.
Mm.
And that we respect her, innit?
Well, I mean, you kind of said that jokingly, but I think actually it's a big thing. I respect, you're my child, but I respect you. And it's not like, oh, I respect you when you're 18. It's like, no, I respect you when you're 2 and when you're 3 and
Exactly.
when you're 4. I respect the feelings you have. I respect your opinions that you have. Like, I just respect you as a human. And yeah, I think often when we speak about respect, it's like adult to adult or like child to adult. We very rarely speak about respect from like adult to child.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. So as we wrap up, what's the one word or phrase that you would use to describe your motherhood journey?
I would say healing.
Mm.
That's like my top. Yeah. It's been healing. It's been self-reflecting. You say that?
Yeah.
And it's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun so far. Yeah, the terrible tears are starting to kick in.
Oh gosh.
And they're actually quite funny.
It's another level. I find that age to be incredibly draining.
Because
Because you never know what's going to set you off. So you're always walking on eggshells.
Yeah, you're just trying to, and also you're just trying to keep them alive. This is the age I'm just trying to keep her alive. The other day, she climbed onto the sofa and almost fell on her head, and I literally had to my mum
Quick mum reflex. Oh gosh.
So yeah, most of my days keeping her alive.
Keep her alive, plus managing her and her big feels yeah. And where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Shianne Diamond.
And do you want to share your businesses as well?
And I have a little side business called The Luxe Party Box, which specializes in balloon decor and party favors. So check me out.
Cool. And all of Shianne's details will be in the show notes as well. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about her motherhood journey, because she shares all of that information on her social medias and also her business, it will all be linked in the show notes. So thank you so much for the conversation. I absolutely love this one. It went in a direction that I was not expecting, but it was great. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
I went back to work after my maternity leave and I struggled. I struggled to go to work, to maintain a house, to cook, to clean, to look after 2 toddlers. It was just a lot. The mental load was insane. My to-do list was so long. And I was thinking, what can I do to make my life easier? What can I do to kind of outsource the stuff I have on my to-do list? And the first thing that came to mind was food. And so I turned to HelloFresh. I went online, I picked the recipes that I wanted, the ingredients was delivered straight to my door, and I was able to cook freshly cooked meals for my family in 30 to 40 minutes with the help of my daughter. And just like that, the mental load of having to cook, which I absolutely hated at that point, had completely gone in the bin. So for all my listeners of the podcast, I'm giving you a discount for HelloFresh. So you have one less thing to think about. Go to my show notes, click on the link, and give yourself that discount of HelloFresh today. Remove that extra thing of your to-do list and make your mental load a lot lighter. Check out my show notes now.